This wasn't just another court case. No, it became a direct battle over who has the final say in America, the president or probably the Constitution. Donald Trump wanted to rewrite one of the oldest and the most established principle of American citizenship through an executive order. But the Supreme Court said no, in a major defeat for Trump's immigration agenda. So the court ruled out that birthright citizenship remains protected under the 14th Amendment, meaning that with very limited expectation, people born in U.S. soil are still a U.S. citizen. Now, think about in this way. Imagine something that's been part of America for more than 150 years. Millions of people have relied on it. Schools, hospitals, passport offices, social security, everyone has worked under the same rule. Then suddenly, one president says, we are changing it. That's exactly what happened here. Donald Trump has argued for years that birthright citizenship encourages illegal immigration. His position has always been simply being born in America shouldn't automatically make someone an American citizen if their parents are in the country legally or illegally or temporarily. Donald Trump has argued for years that birthright citizenship encourages illegal immigrants, right? Now, his position has always been simply being born in America shouldn't automatically make someone an American citizen if their parents are in the country illegally or probably only temporarily. So after returning to the office, he signed an executive order trying to stop automatic citizenship for many babies born in the United States of America. It immediately became one of the most controversial immigration moves in his presidency. Now, the problem here, the constitutions already say something about this specific. Now, the 14th Amendment states that people born in U.S. and they are subject to its rules, right? Citizens in the United States, they become automatically. Now, that language has been part of America for well over a century. Court have interrupted it, mean that almost anyone born on American soil automatically becomes an American citizen, except a few very narrow situations, such as children of foreign diplomats. Trump's legal team argued that this interpretation was absolutely wrong. They claim the phrase subject to that particular rule should be interpreted much more narrowly. Now, in their view, children whose parents were undocumented immigrants or only temporary visitors should not automatically receive citizenship. That argument was the foundation of Trump's executive order right there. But when the case finally reached the Supreme Court, the justices weren't convinced. Chief Justice John Roberts, writing for the majority, pointed back one of the most important Supreme Court decisions in American history. The 1898 case United States Wong Kim R. The case had already established that the birthright citizenship applied broadly to the people born on the U.S. soil. Now, Roberts essentially said this has been settled law for generations and generations. There has been no convincing reason to overturn now. So that's why this decision is so significant for America. This wasn't simply the court disagreeing with something specific policy. It was court saying that a president cannot rewrite the Constitution by his own through an executive order. It's not possible. If a constitutional rule is going to change, it generally requires either Congress and the constitutional amendment process or a compelling reason for the court to overturn long-standing precedents. Now, the court found neither of this here. Supporters of Trump's policies are obviously very disappointed. They argue that America is facing enormous immigration pressure and birthright citizenship creates incentives for people to come to the country illegally and just give birth. Now, many conservatives believe the Constitution have been interpreted too broadly for decades and decades and wanted the court to adopt a narrower reading for this. So on the other side, the critics argue that changing birthright citizenship would create massive legal uncertainty. Think about this in a practical consequences. Every time a baby was born, the government official might have probably determined the immigration status of a parents before deciding whether the child was an American citizen or not. Now that could affect hospitals, birth certificates, passports, schools, countless government agencies. It'll be a big mess. Legal experts estimated that hundreds of thousands of births every single year could have been affected by Trump's order and has gone into very effect. Now, politically, this is a very major moment. Immigration has always been one of Donald Trump's strongest campaign issue. Always. His supporters expected aggressive action every single time. But this ruling reminds everyone that even a president with a broad executive power still operates within the constitutional limits. And everything got proved now. Now, Supreme Court has now drawn a clear line on this specific issue. Whether people agree with the outcome or not, the decision reinforces that constitutional interpretation ultimately rests with this rule, not with the White House. So this doesn't mean the immigration debate is over here. Far from it. The politically fight over border security, asylum, deportation, visas, and immigration enforcement will just keep continuing. That is a different case. Congress could still debate immigration laws, and that's a very different story. Now, further, presidents could still pursue different policies within the constitutional boundaries. But according to this ruling, the constitutional guarantees of birthright citizenship remains intact. So the bottom line, this story is bigger than Donald Trump's executive order. It's about how American system is designed to work. One branch of government proposes actions. Another branch reviews whether that action follows the constitutions or not. And sometimes even one of the most powerful presidents in the American history is told that he has gone beyond the constitutional limits. For Donald Trump's supporters, this is very frustrating. Set back to a signature immigration promise. For his critics, it's reaffirmation that the constitutions cannot be changed just by an executive order alone, just by signing a document. No, either way, this decision is likely to remember one of the defining constitutional ruling of Trump's second presidency because it settles, at least for now, birthright citizenship remains protected under the Constitution totally. Let me know in the comments below what really happened. Was it good or bad? Because America was built on immigration. Yes, America was built on that, and I think America will prosper on immigration, but I'm talking about the healthy immigration. Thank you. See you in the next video. And if you like the breakdown, don't forget to subscribe.